Hi guys, Spartan765 doing a disassembly video on the Ruger Mark III. First thing you're going to want to do is pop the magazine out. Make sure it's unloaded. Put the magazine back in. Decock the gun. Drop the magazine. Pull back here on the takedown lever. The takedown lever will pop up. It's connected to a pin here that holds the upper receiver to the frame. Just hold the gun down and pull down on that. Sometimes it comes out kind of difficult, so you can just take a pin punch up on the top here and kind of pull it out. Next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reset the in here there's a little bar that connects to the hammer spring, which is located in the takedown lever right there. Once you see that piece is out like this here, once you see that connecting bar is out like that, pull back on the slide, or on the bolt. Slides right out just like that. Okay. Now, next step is to take off the receiver, and what you're going to want to do for that is you're going to want to make sure that the hammer is all the way back. Just going to want to push or pull the trigger and push down. You want to make sure that that's completely flat so your hammer isn't sticking up, otherwise you're going to jam the upper receiver right against the hammer. Then you're going to want to sometimes you can just take your hand and hit it off, but if that doesn't work, just use a wooden mallet or a rubber mallet and just like that. There you got your upper receiver and your lower receiver. Now to take apart the lower receiver, if you guys want me to, I'll do a detailed video on that. But it's something I would definitely recommend doing if you buy a used Ruger, because it's going to be dirty in there, because not many people will actually take that apart. It looks menacing, but it's actually pretty simple. Okay, now with your bolt, to remove the recoil spring, just pull up like that. It's not going to go flying, which is kind of nice. Just lifts right out, just like that. To remove your firing pin, there's a little pin right in here that you can pop out. Pop it out that way. Just look for the little, look for little grooves in there. You'll see like where there's little serrations in there. You pop it out the way the serrations are pointing down. So the serrations are on this side. You can kind of see them. You kind of can't. Some Rugers won't have that. Sometimes it'll just be a smooth pin. But you will always want to pop it out and then put it back in the way it came out. Now, once you got that disassembled, and put it back together. Okay. Put your recoil spring back in there. Slide it in there just like that. You want to put your barrel back on. That just slides right back on. Just like that. You just push down on your gun pad. Hear a click. If it's really going on hard, you can take a wooden mallet, go like that, but be careful of the barrel and the crown. Next thing you're going to want to do is just slide your bolt right back on in there. Push it forward. Okay. Now, next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push your hammer forward, reset your hammer. Now, I like to do is, when I put it back together, is put the magazine back in the gun. Pull the trigger so you can just move your hammer forward. Personally, I think having the hammer forward makes it a little bit easier to put it back together. Then you're going to stick your pin in, slide it in just like this. Now these pins will go in kind of hard. This pin will go in kind of hard, so you just got to kind of, work it in. Check the alignment. If the barrel's not fully seated, it might not go back in. There we go. Now, once you got the hammer or the takedown pin put back in, / takedown lever, you're going to want to make sure that that little connecting bar on there that connects to the recoil spring is back and it's not hitting this pin right located in here. So just hold the gun upside down, push it up like that, and that'll relocate it. To get the pin in the rest of the way, what you got to do is just flip the gun upside down, just take a punch right on here, and just being very careful while doing it, just kind of punch it back in. It's kind of hard to hold the gun and do it at the same time. Okay. There we go. And some will go in easier than others, just depends on how used your gun is. And like I said, make sure that you hold the gun like this when you put it back together, so that connecting bar is down. Push up, in, down. Function check the gun. Make sure it works. Magazine in, because it has that stupid magazine safety. Pull the trigger, make sure it shoots. Okay, appears to be functioning fine. That's how to disassemble and reassemble the Ruger Mark III. Now, it's kind of cumbersome to put back together, but you get the hang of it after a while. Comments, questions, send me a message.